Hello everyone and welcome to episode 6 of Sky Factory 4. How are you doing? How's life? So last episode we did manage to set up a system so that it will provide us with mob juice. It's not called juice. Oh, essence, yes. And since I'm very tired of moving the digital miner every 5 minutes, I was thinking that we try to get pink slime and start making laser drills from industrial foregoing. So we need to set up a small spawning area, maybe over there. I'll be right back. As usual, I have prepared a very small room so that we can spawn mobs and kill them manually. I think every base needs this. This is why I always make them. Because you don't need hundreds and thousands of drops from every single mob. You sometimes need a few stacks and then you are done. So I do have our tank for the essence down here. It's hooked up to an ender tank. It comes to this mob duplicator. I do have an item collector from Cyclic, which is like your vacuum chest hopper thingy. I have some fans which will funnel them in the center, and every loot will come into these chests, and I do have a lever so that I can turn on and off the spawner. That's basically it. I also have sneaky false blocks here so that I can get in. Would be a challenge if the fans are on. Oh, we can just fly. As we all know, in order to get pink slime, we are going to need a mob slaughter factory and a lot of mobs. We will get liquid meat and liquid pink slime. So we will save one of the cows, and then we put the range upgrade here and activate you. Are you working? Yes. There you go, pink slime. You know, I remember that in the past getting pink slime was a problem. Now you actually get much more pink slime than liquid meat. That is weird. So do you work like this or no? No. I was hoping that it will suck it automatically. It doesn't. So here is our pink slime and we only need one bucket. So can we just put you there, or the mega torch will cause problems? I'm not sure. I think the mega torch was causing some problems, so we do it here. Yes, we have one. Good. So now we can test if this mob system actually works. Yes, it does. That is good. I was thinking that since we don't have to worry about RF, we might as well make 4 of them. So I set them up here under our blaze farm, and I just need to connect them to power, and then we are good to go, I guess. With this speed, we can even make 100, because that's not very good. So fun fact of the day, they don't auto-eject anymore. I swear this was a thing. When did they change this? Alright guys, here's the deal. We do have a small problem and we need to solve it as soon as possible. We have some laser drills and they are generating some ores, but the problem is they are super slow. So at first I was like, okay, since they have a very slow rate, we should be able to at least use ore quintupling using mechanism. The problem is you cannot do it with every single ore, and the ores that we can quintuple, we either don't need that much or I already have them in the bonsai pots. So I was thinking what else we can do. We should increase the number of these laser drills. I also did not know that you can upgrade these guys. You cannot upgrade the laser base, but you can upgrade the laser drills. And they will consume double the amount of RF, but they will also work 50% faster. The problem is if we want to increase the number of these guys, they take a space of 5 by 5, and you can only fit 9 of them in one chunk. I think. So if we want to increase the numbers by a huge amount, can we remove these and save space? I think we should be able to remove 2, and this guy should still work. Normally it will take him 35 seconds to generate 1 ore, and that's garbage. It's not that bad, so it should be doable, because then we will be able to save on space, and instead of having like 9 of them in one chunk, we can have, I don't know, maybe 60, because they take considerably less space. It's not a bad idea. There you go, we have 64 laser drills spanning 2 chunks, and they do produce ore every 45 seconds. Since we have 64 of them, we get an average of 1 ore per, I don't know, 0.7 seconds, which is very good. The main problem is we get a lot of junk ores, and for instance, we don't need that many rock crystals, but here you can see we had 8, here we have 9, here we have 11, here we have 6. And we have 13, so you get the point. I think more than 30% of the ores that we are getting is mainly junk, because we get aquamarine, rock crystals, titanium, as well as dilithium, which we don't need that much. And that is a problem. And I don't know how to fix it. I did try to use lenses, but the problem is that, for instance, if I want to use a white lens in order to get more lithium, I will also get more dilithium. And that's not something that I want. And that's a problem. And I don't know how to solve it. Yeah. Anyway, I think it's still much better than using bonsai pots. That's what I think. I might be wrong. Probably I'm not. I'm a genius. Okay, so we have a new problem, and this time I think it's slightly serious. So these are the ores that we are processing right now. And if you notice, we are not getting ardite, we're not getting cobalt, and we're not getting nickel. I do understand that cobalt and ardite are ores from the nether, and I have to configure the laser drills in order to mine the hell biome. But the problem is I'm getting glowstone and quartz. So there's something wrong. Also, that would not explain why I'm not getting nickel. And the problem is, as I have said several times with the bonsai pots, that you will get much more acorns than resin. And after a while, when you use an auto crafter, well, you will consume all the resin and it will get clogged up with acorns and you cannot get them out. So we need to solve this issue, and I don't know how. When you have RF tools in the Modpack, you can specify to the crafter that, hey, save some space for the acorns and save some space for the resin. And this way it won't get clogged up. The problem is, other crafters will have some problem. So let us check this one out. You see, now we are stuck with 2 stacks of acorns almost and no resin. And if this cycle continues for a while, this inventory will be full of acorns and there will be no space for resin. And this will shut down. And that's a problem. So we need to control how much acorn and resin goes inside. How do we do that? Can it be this simple? So a filter from thermal expansion can determine how much items are held inside an inventory, and we can just determine the amount. And I was not thinking of this for some reason. I'm not a genius. I'm stupid. I'm sad. So if we have the bonsai pot on top and specifying the filter that only keep a stack of the resin and the acorn inside this inventory, will it work? We have 32 acorns inside, so you should not allow more than 64. And maybe you should stop for a while? Yes, so we have a stack of acorns, and now we're not getting any more acorns and we're just getting resin. Was it this simple? Just with one filter. Believe it or not, we're actually running low on space on this floor, because everywhere you go there's something. Here's the reactor, here is... What do we do here? Oh, this is the cobblestone, sand, gravel, dirt thingy. Anyway, I had to prepare a very small area downstairs and I'm using these elevator blocks, and I'm also using the same concept as we did previously. So we have the bonsai pots in the back, there are filters, and we get the acorns and the resins inside these assemblers. And well, the amber gets crafted and goes inside this ender chest and gets processed by our ore dabbling system. With this setup, we are actually automating every single resource that we can automate. Anyway, I think last episode or the previous episode, we managed to make also this area, which we're automating iron, gold, diamond, osmium, redstone, glowstone, and nether quartz. The laser drills are not a total loss because they produce the ores from nuclear craft, and apparently we need them in order to finish some of the quests. So It's not a total loss, it's fine. We just need to, I don't know, decorate. Can I go down, please? So I just need to decorate this place, I mean clean it up, and then we can go and do other projects. Well, it's not beautiful, but it's clean. And I'm not picky, so it's fine. One of the things that I wanted to do this episode was to become an android from Matter Overdrive. But before doing that, I was thinking that maybe we should do some of the quests, because they look really grindy. So for instance, we have to fill a black hole unit. That's 2 billion items. So let's do some of the quests and see how it goes. So it did say any item, and I think the cheapest item is cobblestone. So if we do this, will you get cobblestone? Yes, good. And we just surround you with cobblestone generators and you should work one day. Could take a while. Is it working faster or... Well, now it's working faster, but that could take a very long time. And another quest was to fill a black hole tank with any type of liquid. So we're going to fill it in with water. I have 5 pumps and it's not going that bad. It's better than the cobblestone. It's gonna take a long time. Another quest is to make a 0 delay spawner using clocks and sugar. So I brought a stack of sugar and a stack of clocks. And it should stop one day. Okay, this one's done. Now we do the clock. So I did get the achievement, but the problem is I am now on peaceful mode because you get so many blazes that, I don't know, you can't move. Look. So this spawner is useless because I cannot operate it. I brought the other spawner, I upgraded it a little bit, and we should be fine. I also finished all the quests in the Age of Storage because, well, it was half done and the rest was just a bunch of crafting. But the fun part is, I found this backpack. And look. It's awesome. So it says, fill a jar of cookies with cookies. So how much do you take? Because I'm worried about the next one. Uh-oh. So it takes 8 stacks, and the reason that I was worried is that now we have to fill a cookie jar with cookie singularities. How? 8 stacks? Well, to be honest with you, I thought this is a good idea in order to make cookie singularities, but the problem is we need 8 stacks, and I think this will be complete by the time the last black hole in our universe dies. The problem is, I think the cobblestone might actually last longer. So I don't know, but we should be able to fix this one. I don't want to get into mystical agriculture, but I think we should be able to do something with non-mystical agriculture, like normal wheat. We can set up a farm. If we need to make wheat, we need these growth crystals, because it will make our lives easier, but we also need a lot of potions of swiftness. And we do have a potion brewer from Industrial Foregoing, which I have never used. So you do what? It will fill the glass bottles. Good. Top row in order from left to right. Okay. I didn't get it. What? It's needlessly complicated for what it does, but basically what it does is make 3 different potions of swiftness. It is very difficult to automate these guys using applied energistics because all the time you will get an overflow of glowstone or redstone or sugar because you cannot lock the input slots. So what I did is that instead of using interfaces, I do have an export bus and everything goes inside a memory chest, and then I have filters to specify that, hey, only keep 1 stack of items inside each potion brewer. So in order to make the growth crystal, we're also going to need prismarine, and we don't have access to guardians. We can make prismarine, but I think the easiest way is to just get a guardian. And there is, I think, a guardian seed. Yes, there is a guardian seed, but it requires an ink sac. And we don't have any squids. I made a resource fisher from Industrial Foregoing, and I was hoping that I will get at least 1 ink. Well, I didn't. I realized that we live inside an ocean biome, and here is also deep ocean, so we should be able to make a small pond and we should get some squids, I think. Where's the deep ocean? They are passive mobs anyway, so they should spawn. Although, I have not seen any passive mobs spawning for a while. I wonder why. Oh, the cows! We need to do something. Before we make any decisions on how to deal with the cow problem, we do have a quest which is condensed milk, which is making a cow in a jar. So let's make a few. I do have a jar underneath, and I think this is what we should do. Yes. 2 and 3. So what should we do with the cows? Well, I do have a vegan friend, and she told me that we should be nice to animals. Well, that's a fair point. We should do something which is acceptable to the society. Also, we need to move them because we lived in a capped dome. And these guys fart all the time. And if I light a match, then it's like Hindenburg. So we need to take them somewhere where it's safe for the environment. We would be able to spawn squids. And they're happy and they're together. I'll be right back. I would say that we have solved the problem. And even if they produce methane, it's our neighbor's problem. And in the meantime, we are going to eat fish because at best, it's a vegetable. Oh, now that the cow issue has been solved, we are actually getting new passive mobs. Okay, so that was the problem. So we can continue and make the pond. It does give you ink. And I made a pond. Okay. So this is very weird because we have to plant the guardian seed inside water. Can I bone meal it? Oh yeah. He's stuck. Yes. You know, instead of all of that, we could have just planted a seed for squids. I did not think of that. I did spawn a few guardians and now this guy is self-aware. My armor is almost gone, my sword is almost gone, but we can have as much prismarine as we want. So we put you here and we put you here. Later I have to fix this. This is a temporary setup. So we did all of that in order to make a growth crystal so that we can get wheat and make cookies faster so that we can make cookie singularities without cheating with the parabox. The problem is we have 12 stacks of seeds and 2 stacks of wheat. Why would you change the drop rate for crops? It's like wheat is your byproduct. If you want me to cheat, I can cheat. So we do have 2 singularities and now I'm going to use the parabox. So I did log in and out 10 times and we have plenty of cookie singularities. So this quest should be done. Awesome game mechanic. Oh, not fish, you. Yes, thank you. Before finishing today's episode, there is something that I really want to do, and that is I want to turn myself into an android from Matter Overdrive. The wiki is not the best, so I had to go through Reddit. I read it on Reddit. Anyway, apparently we have to take this red pill, and I already unlocked everything in the prestige menu, so that gave me the pill, otherwise I did not craft this. And it seems that if we eat this pill, we will die. So I was thinking that we put everything inside a chest, just in case. Also the armor. I also have 180 levels of experience, so we might as well save some of that. That didn't help much. So let us give this a try. I'm gonna die. And I'm dead. So my interface has changed. We have a battery and... okay, that's nice. How do I look? I don't look different. Okay. Did we have anything in my grave? Ah, okay. That's fine. Also, it seems that the way that we modify our armor and perks is through this Android station. While I was alive, I could not approach it, but now it seems to be functioning. Okay, armor slots. We have some, so can we get some of the legendary ones? Well, not everything was legendary, so we have the legendary torso, the head, and the arm. The rest is just normal. And we also need a battery. And we can unlock stuff. Oh, you need experience. Okay. So we can unlock 0 calories, remove nutritional requirements, so we don't have to eat and we can use a battery. that's nice. Well, I did make a charging station, and apparently this guy works wirelessly, so when I put the battery in, it's not charging, and we don't need to eat food. The range on this Android charger is 8 blocks, and I need to charge my batteries, so there is a slot for upgrades, and there were range upgrades, so will it work? 800%, so that's 64 blocks. But this is good. Very good. Everything in this mod is an explosion of coolness. Look! Marry me. Super cool. This is the most amazing crate. I wish you could see the animation. So now that I'm an android, he does not attack me. Are we brothers? Feel at home. Anyways, enough fooling around, we need to do some of the quest. I realized that my idea of using bonsai pots in order to make the cookie singularity was garbage, because we needed 8 stacks. But in order to get donuts and bacon singularities, it did work. Here's the donut singularity, and you should be ready too. Yes, and the bacon singularity. So these are done. Actually, before finishing today's episode, there is one more thing that I don't mind doing, and that is to automate the production of dragon eggs and nether stars using deep mob learning. Because they are very slow and we need them anyway. So, how do I want to do this? So we can have an export bus which crafts and exports the polymers into the simulation chamber, and then we need to extract the pristine matter. So that should go inside the loot fabricator, I think. So this guy will generate extraterrestrial matter and the pristine matter. So we need to get off this guy, and we just have to set filters so that it does not take the pristine matter away, and the pristine matter has to go inside a loot fabricator. So if we put a servo here and specify you on blacklist, then the pristine one should go here. Yeah, I think so. It does work, so I just have to choose what kind of loot I want, and then it will be imported into the system. I also made another one for nether stars, and since we do have 8 slots here, I think we can have 8 more of these machines, and maybe I'll do that in between the episodes for, I don't know, skeletons, slimes, and so on, so that we can generate some loot. I think it's okay, we just need to cover it, and I brought some covers. So you go here, here, and there, and there. And I fixed the stairs. Happy now? Alright guys, I think it's also time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one. Bye bye.